Om Shanti. Maintain the awareness of self-respect. This self-respect will help us to be free from wasteful thoughts. Temporary desires. Desires to get respect. Create the stability in self-respect. And become free from ego of the body. Early morning, give the tilak of self-respect. And then whole day, maintain the self-respect.
हसरत है हमारी बाबा कर दो वो पूरी आके मिल जाओ प्यारे बाबा हम बच्चों से आके मिल जाओ प्यारे बाबा हम बच्चों से आके
सने के सागर के बच्चे हो ना, काकर के बच्चे हो गया सागर के। कहाँ तक सने देंगे, कब तक देंगे नहीं, काकर के बच्चे नहीं सागर के। बेहद सने का स्टॉक है सबके पास, है तो कभी क्रोध तो नहीं करते होंगे ना। जब सने के सागर है तो क्रोध कहाँ से है? जिसको सेटिस्फाई न करना, उनके संस्कार को जानकर, चाहे वो रॉन्ग है, लेकिन आप तो नॉलेजफुल हो ना, आप तो जानते हो ना ये क्या है। लेकिन उस समय क्या कहती है, इसने ऐसे किया ना, इसीलिए हमने भी किया। और रंग से रंग हो गया तो क्या कमाल की। उसने रंग किया और आपने उसका रिस्पॉन्स भी रंग ही दिया। कहीं कहते हैं ना, क्रोध एक बारी करती है तो कुछ नहीं होता है, बार बार करता रहता है। जानते हो कि जिसका स्वभाव ही क्रोध का है, वो क्रोध नहीं करेगा तो क्या करेगा। उसका काम है क्रोध करना और आपका काम है क्या करना, सने देना या थोड़ा एक बारी करना क्रोध। वो 10 बारी करे, आप एक बारी तो जवाब देंगे ना, कि नहीं देंगे? नहीं देंगे तो वो 20 बारी करेगा, फिर क्या करेंगे? है इतनी सहन शक्ति है। सने के सागर के मास्टर, सने के सागर, मास्टर सने के सागर के नैन चैन वृत्ति दृष्टि में शराबी और कोई भाव नहीं आ सकता। थोड़ा थोड़ा जोश आ गया, उसको कहेंगे सने का सागर है कि लोटा है। चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, सारी दुनिया क्यों नहीं आपको क्रोध करे, लेकिन मास्टर सने के सागर दुनिया की परवाह नहीं करेंगे। बेपरवाह मत जाओ, ये परवाह नहीं होगी।
बड़ी मन भावनी मुरली प्रेम से प्राणों को सींचे, रसीली तान की ये डोर आपकी ओर ही खींचे, आपकी ओर ही खींचे। रूहानी स्नेह का जादू आपकी मीठी बातों में, रूहानी स्नेह का जादू आपकी मीठी बातों में।
Om Shanti. Be one with elevated self-respect and continue to give regard to everyone, ignorant of the knowledge of desire. Those who stay in their self-respect never desire to receive some limited respect or honor. They are ignorant of the knowledge of desire. All limited desires are merged in the one self-respect, and they have no need to ask for anything. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avyakti Parivar. Today's day 16. Be one with elevated self-respect and continue to give regard to everyone. Today's topic, ignorant of the knowledge of desire. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Is everyone okay? Everyone is well. Today we have a Vyakti Parivar, but very big Parivar right here in front. All peacefully Nivasis are here. We had, as you all know, almost 3 weeks, 4 weeks activity. At couples retreat, we had regional retreat, then US retreat. And all Nivasis were hosting and using all the powers. And everything really went very well, obstacle free. Nowhere there was any difficulty. It was very smooth. And thinking about when Baba is saying, when Baba says something, we look at ourselves. And today Baba is talking about ocean of love. Ocean of love. Nor river of love, nor pond, but ocean. That means unlimited. Baba says, whatever happens, you never get angry or forceful or upset. How many of can get this certificate? How many of us get that certificate? No one, you know? Yeah, we can pay attention. And being Baba's child, Baba says, Baba is ocean of love. So we all have to be master ocean of love. Yeah, we all have to look at ourselves and see. Baba saying it's not question of anger, but not even forceful. So that sweetness which Baba talks in the Murli about, children should be very sweet. But when there is love, there is also care. And care brings the feeling of belonging. So, Baba, one of the homework Baba had been giving us is to maintain self-respect. So what is maintaining self-respect? Yesterday Baba said, you all are trunk. All the branches of all the religion, they are part of the trunk. That means all prophet souls, soul founders of different religions, they all from the Sanatan Dharma. They are also branches from Desi religion. It's true because when you look at the history, The parents are from the deity religion. So Baba said, you have to sustain them, give them love, and give respect to everyone. Because Baba says, when you are in self-respect, you will respect. And like Baba is taking another aspect. If you are in self-respect, you will never have desire to get respect. So I was sharing that Dadi Prakashmani used to share many stories. And Baba used to look at when he does something, how many get wasteful thoughts. So Baba will give drishti to everyone, and he won't give drishti to Dadi or Toli. So generally, one who doesn't get that will get internally like, why Baba left me? Why Baba didn't give me? But she will keep smiling, knowing that he is testing me. And Dadi said, I won't even look at Baba, as if I didn't even notice that what he is doing. Because she was in self-respect. She knew Baba loves her. She is a worthy child. She has a good part to play. She has to take care of Yagya. So one of the things we have to see that any little thing sometimes is lack of recognition. We get a lot of wasteful thoughts. Why my name was not mentioned? Or I want to be in front. I want to, like subtle desires. Whatever part you're playing, do it properly. You always think of anyone else's part. Oh, maybe I should play this one's part. I should be like this one. Subtle desires. But if I play my part, what I have, accurately, not only there will be respect, but I will be able to maintain self-respect. I think you all can look at your journey. Then I think of my journey. I always just wanted to be behind, but it never happened. Baba, whatever part Baba has given, I have to play accurately, happily. But if my eye is always on part of someone else, oh, I wish I could be this. I wish I could be so near. I wish I could do this. It's lack of self-respect. So Baba is saying that when there is self-respect, you will get respect. But also give respect. Not only what I receive, but I have to give respect. So it's very interesting. Baba is saying that if the limited desires arise or wasteful thoughts come, that means you are in body consciousness. There is ego of the body. It's so interesting yesterday when I was offering book to Baba. It's such a beautiful experience of how when soul has to go beyond awareness of body. The body is of 5 elements. So I'm different. I'm separate. And then these are big, unlimited elements. I have to go above that. Then I enter the element of light and just find Baba there as incorporeal or angelic. But that requires practice. You should take 1 minute to go beyond 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And especially to be near Baba, to get signals from Baba. How will you understand signals unless we go there? Right? So very quickly, it should take half a minute or less to go beyond body. Because body also is of 5 elements and soul is separate. So it's a very good practice to keep observing. And one of the way definitely is then to have self-respect. We are Baba's heir children. We are Baba's worthy children. So we don't have waste thoughts, nor we have any limited desires. So that's our homework for tomorrow. And just remember that maintaining this awareness will create a stage, and that stage will help us to pass with honor in all circumstances. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Didi. Good evening, everyone. I liked what you were just sharing about the elements, that the soul is so small and the elements are so big, and how we have to go beyond the elements. Baba was in today's Murli was talking about being bodiless. And he was saying that when you are in the soul world, there are no thoughts. And so if we practice this thing of just going beyond the elements and seeing myself as a soul, as a bodiless soul, do you think we can achieve this no thoughts stage?
No, but you have first to be in subtle region, no? Because if you want to communicate with Baba, once you go to soul world, then it's complete silence. But it is in subtle regions that you have awake Bab Dada, and in your angelic form.
So the other thing that Didi was just sharing is about the self-respect and staying in the part. You know, there is a Lokic saying, right? You can't play anyone's, like you have to play your part because all other parts are taken. And so we have to play our parts. And in that part, I like this aspect of self-respect in our part, that no desires because someone else has something in their part. Because whatever our part is, that is where our victory is. And, you know, it's a beautiful part. It's a beautiful part of like really spiritual lottery, because we all won the spiritual lottery, right, Didi? We all won the spiritual lottery because we have recognized Baba. So it's a beautiful part, and there's no need to compare our part with any other part.
You know, contentment is really a beautiful quality. And I love it, because if you are content, you automatically get more. But if you always think, no, it should be like this, I should be like this, it's lack of contentment. No? So when there is contentment, you are like a king now. And Baba calls it jewel of contentment. And Baba always says that's the jewel which is Baba likes very much. So when you have contentment, I think that's where you will appreciate your part too.
Right, right.
But our vision is always on the part of others. Comparison. Right. There is no comparison. You have your own part, you just play it. It's like actually you help each other in playing part. Whatever part you're playing, I will also respect and cooperate, but not compare.
Right. We all have a good part. They have a good part. I have a good part, because it's the part where we recognize Baba. How many souls in the world have this part where we recognize God? So few.
Not only recognize, but we are playing part with God.
Right.
We are his helpers, no? His task, and we are all instruments. So it's not only recognizing, but being with Baba. From day one, like today, someone was asking about relationship of lover and beloved. So I said, I love the part in the morning to be with parents. No? I like beautifully that they are my parents, and I have inherent of his qualities. I am like my parents. I am very lucky, And then teacher, because I love Baba's teachings, because teachings are which makes us worthy. It protects us, and so I love Baba's teachings. And then a guide, Satguru Baba, whole day, he has given us directions. We follow them, So my love is in all these relationships with Baba.
Right. Right. Didi, this morning in the Murli, Baba was talking about how the sanskaras are in the soul, and how when I leave this body and I become a deity, these sanskaras are emerged, and then the deity sanskaras are emerged, and the ruling sanskaras, that these sanskaras stay here. They don't go with us. So I have several questions regarding this whole thing. Is how does this all happen? So brand new, we just have brand new deity sanskaras that just emerge from the soul?
Okay, so what are sanskars? Soul has light and soul has power, right? Light and might. So increase, decrease of light and might. And based on that, you keep playing your part. But it's not sanskar like something written or a script in the soul. It's like energy, it's like the power, it's like the light. So we know that as much our purity increases, our light also increases, our power also increases. And then automatically the part which we start playing. So what is golden age? It's Sato Pradhan. It's everything is pure. Like, we don't have to study in college to be engineer there, right? So how internally, naturally, our talent emerges to be an architect or to build something or to make something. It's coming from the purity, Sato stage. So our concern should be that I have to become Sato Pradhan. So when we are Sato Pradhan, then all the talents, all the skills, all the part will emerge in that Sato stage. So pay attention to Sato Pradhan stage, and those sanskars will automatically emerge. So sanskars is what, I always say sanskar is like your main light and might. And that's the soul is mind, intellect, sanskars, light and might, 5 things. So as much as light might, your thoughts, your words, they will emerge in that way.
So it's a predestined drama, right? So when I'm looking at someone and I'm looking at whatever part they're playing, and it might not be good, like maybe they are saying something to me, and I always think, oh, it's in their script. It's okay, let it go, because that's in their script. Because it is in their script, because they keep repeating that. So how do the sanskaras and the script, like you're saying, it's not, I'm not saying it's something is written in the soul, but it is part of their script, right, Didi?
Just imagine a point of light. It's light and power, right? And the script when we're saying is something very mundane, right? So as the moment emerges, the light might emerges, the thought emerges, sanskar emerges. And let's say if we are in a very peaceful environment, what will emerge? If you are experiencing deep love, what will emerge? So is it sanskar emerging, or is it through the love? What should emerge is emerging. So it's the quality really what is there. And within that quality, the part emerges. So that is why Baba says that be ocean of love. Baba didn't say write the script of love. Be ocean of love. Just be ocean of love. And then see how you play part. Right? Be in that awareness, and practically you will find that the thoughts which are coming are very elevated, very caring, forgiveness, it will emerge. So it's not that they are written as sanskars. Just be ocean of love. Take any Baba's virtue and be that, and see what part you could play. Will be
Very,
completely,
yeah.
as Baba said, there won't be any anger, there won't be any force if I am ocean of love. So that part will emerge, right?
Right, right.
It's little subtle.
Yes, it is very subtle. And I'm really liking what you're saying, that it's like the light and might. And the more we have this light of knowledge and the might from Baba, the more that Satapradhan part will just keep emerging.
Purity.
Yeah.
Even our relationship in golden age are based on purity. So if I want to be near Brahma Baba, want to be in the royal family, I don't have to say, oh, now I have to be royal, because I have to work on purity. And when there is purity, there is love. When there is love, there is peace. Automatically all the qualities emerge from that, So purity, wisdom. So if you really want to be in royal family, it depends on our purity. Because purity is royalty. Baba says personality of purity. So purity is what light and might is. It's based on purity is your light and your power.
Right.
So
Right.
even our effort is that even little traces are there. As Baba said, if you're not angry, you are forceful. But that's the traces, right?
Right.
So all those traces have to be removed. What Baba calls it, that alloy has to be burnt. And when alloy is burned, then soul is completely pure. And one could feel, with the time, the change in yourself, that even what happens 1 hour before, sometimes you don't remember, okay, it was drama, accurate, it's gone. So purity will help also in our stage, our dharana, in practical.
Right.
And that
So,
purity again is one of the most important, remembrance of Baba. So to be in remembrance, every thought of remembrance, making you also pure. Like Brahma Baba, he remembered every moment. That means that's the aim he kept. Sometimes he said, oh, I don't remember while eating all the time, even if I keep aim. So remembrance will purify you. And as much you are pure, you will remember Baba. Otherwise, intellect will be here, there. And yesterday it was so interesting that in the end, no one's face should come in front of you, or no object should come. Now, I am very impressed by someone's teachings, right? And I take those practices. Who will come in front of me? Baba or that soul?
right.
See, that's why Baba says, only me, because that book I read, that person speaks so well, that person's logic is very good. It's all right to take benefit from anything, but you don't follow it, no? I'm not a follower of anyone. It has to be Baba. So that in the end, my intellect is only with Baba, not with this one, that one. It could happen. There are so many these days going into different theories, different all kinds of things. So suddenly, if soul leaves body, oh, you will think about that soul.
Right, right,
You fail there, no?
right. So Didi, Brother Anthony used to give this example of a pole vaulter. He said that if the pole vaulter is needs the stick to go above the thing, but you have to let go of the stick to go above the, above the thing. And so however we come to Baba, whatever happened, we came to Baba because someone had this amazing, explanation, and they really helped us. But ultimately, they are that stick that we have to let go of and just hold on to Baba and the Murli, because it's not going to be useful whatever anyone did for us. It's finally the ultimate aim is to really hold on to Baba.
Yeah, with Baba and what Baba is teaching, I think that's all should stay. I mean, that's what my aim is. And yesterday when Baba said, I was saying it's true, because sometimes we are impressed and it's okay, I was very impressed by the hadith. That is different, but I'm not following the hadith, I
Right,
still with Baba, and that is why we could be close also.
right, right.
And especially at this time, there are so many people, and then Baba's children become followers of them. And I say, well, even if you are convinced, but ultimately, from where sins will be burned, what is yoga? Yoga is not what another soul. Yoga has to be with Baba.
It must be very deep sanskaras, no, Didi, of for so many lives we keep following people, and then in Brahman life also we waste so much time. It's actually such a waste of valuable confluence age time if we keep following, even it's other Brahmins, it's such valuable waste of time.
One time Dadi Janki was saying that, like some have nature of getting attached, taking support from human beings. And she says, then one after another it happens. But have lot of love, but you don't need attachment, right? But they get attached somewhere, physically, or then start taking support of any kind.
Mm, right, right. And again, it's a sanskara, which I have a question about sanskara though, because I'm trying to understand this more. Let's say Mama. So Mama she was so pure, she had certain sanskaras, like let's say even sanskara of maturity, all of those, right? Like she had these virtues. Was it those sanskaras stayed in Mama's part and when she was playing Mama, or did she take those sanskaras with her when in her next part, whatever part she's playing now?
What should I say? Maybe someone else has answered.
It's okay, Didi, we don't need to answer this. Like the reason why I was thinking about that was this morning, today's Murli, Baba was saying that, soldiers, they fight and they take those sanskaras and then they go to another birth and then they become soldiers again. And so, but
see, that is in copper age, iron age, right? But at confluence age, we become a karmi, neutral. That means our nature is good. We are kind. We always do check, and we become a karmi. It's not just elevated action. Sometimes we will discuss about what is a karmi stage, and in a karmi stage there are no sanskars.
right. That's
because I'm
That's
not doing
very
anything.
interesting, because that's another layer of complexity now in my thinking about these sanskaras. In our karmi stage, now there are no sanskaras.
That's what is happening now. I am not acting based on sanskars. I am acting based on shrimat. I'm using power of yoga, not sanskar. Even now we are going beyond the sanskars. No? Sanskar means personality. And we don't want, let's say if we are running a center, it's Baba's place, Baba. But some they have, you can see the personality influence because you cannot do this shouldn't be like this, or it should be like the person is dictating, right? But if we just say it's Baba and Baba has to, no one's name should come actually, no. So we are going beyond sanskars now.
Ji Didi, that's a very important point. That when you are anything, right, Didi, any project, even center, that it should really come from Baba's shrimat, not your own sanskaras.
Everywhere when it's personality, then there is other personalities, and that's where the difference, personality conflict comes. But if it's Baba's and you have that sweetness, presence of Baba, not what you want, the way you want, your sanskars. And those places always will have some difficulties, always. Because some differences, some will agree, some won't agree. And you will always hear, oh, they are forceful. It's like, I have to do it. If I don't do, my instrument will not be happy. But it shouldn't be like that, no. We should just always be Baba's children, have openness, be unlimited. And there are guidelines. They're not my guidelines. One instrument said, what I say is shrimat, you have to do it. And I was
Wow.
I was on telephone, and next day I told her that no, you can't say your advice is shrimat. But some internally, I am right. You have to do it the way I do it. And no, Baba, whatever Baba has taught us, and everything Baba has system and guidelines, we should just follow them. No
Right.
sanskar, nor your sanskar, nor my sanskar.
Right. So one of the things that I liked from many things from the meeting we had, a retreat we had, first regional and then USA, was one of the things when you were sharing that there are guidelines, and we just say these are the guidelines. So it's not personal. Let's say if a visitor is coming, it's not, I don't personally decide something, but there are guidelines. And if it follows the guidelines, and fine, then it doesn't need to be at that time. We can really be in the akarmi stage, right, Didi, if you're following the guidelines and it's not personal.
Because then it is not with the soul's karmic account. Like someone said, oh, I need Murli, I want this. I said, well, we will look at the guidelines, and if it says you are ready for it, we will give you. Not because there was a time this is a very good soul I must have. And this is not a soul who really obedient, so I won't give. So there were a lot of personal karmas involved. And now, since we had been revising guidelines, everyone follows guidelines. There's no one there. It's just what Baba, or collectively we decided that these are the principles we should follow. At least this is happening more. Before it used to happen, and then came personalities. But then now, since about 6-7 years, every year we just say what are the guidelines we should follow.
Right, right. Didi, let's talk about shrimat. So you were saying that this sister said, what I'm saying is shrimat. But my understanding is Baba only guarantees Brahma Baba, right? Baba says in the Murli, in Sakar Murlis, whatever, even if something Brahma Baba says goes wrong, I guarantee whatever he says. He's not guaranteeing any of us. So do you think Shrimat is only coming from Brahma Baba, only from the Murli?
And yeah, that's true. It's from morning. Now someone asked, who created systems in Yajna? That sisters have to sit on separate and brothers separate. So I say common sense that body is still from 5 elements, and 5 elements are not yet pure, right? So you have to create certain disciplines and principles where we are not touching bodies, or at least even the vibrations. It's not there is impurity, but also there is always subtle that attraction is there. So at least in my training, it was like this much distance, because the vibrations even. So it's not that Baba said like this, that this it should be, but understanding the knowledge, then we create principles so that there is clean air, clean atmosphere, and some people for every little thing will touch, and I am I don't feel good about it. I always feel that our elements are pure, body is 100% pure. So it remain untouched, and
Right. So now that you're saying, I'm thinking, so there's a difference between guidelines, principles, maryadas, shrimat. What would the difference be?
that will be like whole class.
Okay, next time on Tuesday. Right.
Today I was listening something and then short question and have patience, and then, but your questions are long. Okay, no, it's good questions. I think you're making us churn, and it's very, very good, because sometimes not necessarily we focus on these topics, but yes, maryadas and guidelines. Maryadas are for us, guidelines are for the task, and shrimat is basically my understanding, dharana, and it's from Baba.
From the Murli. So no instrument can go out and say, you do this because I'm saying, and it's Shrimat. We all have the understanding, common understanding that Shrimat only comes from the Murli.
We should respect, whatever is right, we take it. Whatever is not right, I won't do it, because after all, what I do is my karmas. If I just go tomorrow, why you did this? Because so-and-so told me, and it's not right. But who will? No, Mama always used to say, take advice, but be careful with your karmas too. Somebody said, go and scold this person. Will I do that? And someone will say, I'm scolding because I was told. But who is doing it? You, so it's my karma, isn't it?
Yes.
So you have to be sensible.
Right. Right. I have a few more questions on that, but Didi, on Tuesday I'll ask.
Yeah,
Not now. Okay, Didi, thank you so much.
Aviram Bhai is saying something.
Baba told in Murli clearly, maybe some weeks before Avik Murli, Baba is the cleverest. He made an instrument. He chosen up all of us, and he placed in different roles. So whatever the instrument says, she is the responsible for that. Even she tells wrong, you are doing it, but that both shouldn't be on you. It goes to them. So don't worry about thinking what the instrument says. You must give respect to it. This is the Avyakt Murli.
That's a really deep topic, Didi. We can bring it up on
because
Tuesday.
the way I learned, I had mentioned this story that Mama, we were inaugurating center. I was instrument, and so when we were inaugurated, then everything went well, big program. Then Mama called me in the night. Generally, we sit together. So Mama said, everything went well. This stoli was very good. Whom you consulted to make this stoli? And that time was Didi Mohini and other dadis also. And see what happened. You know, our family was becoming instrument, let's say. So they keep saying it, but you all can afford no. So they made pistachio burfi. I'm talking of 1950s when pistachio was very expensive because
Yes,
so
yes.
what
It's still very expensive. Yes.
yeah, no, but what Mama said in public program as a spiritual organization, you shouldn't have distributed this only. And then she said, of course you would have taken advice. I said, yes. Said you could have thought too. But I was new. And then again, as you're saying, you feel happy, your instrument says it. And then when I went to Madhuban, so someone said, oh, you all do so much for Yagya, you should take this trolley. And I said, no, I will not. Because we do more, we should take expensive trolley. I said, I will not. I refused it. And after that, she doesn't even tell me, do this or do this. Because again, you have to be, because I'm coming from this family or we do it, doesn't mean that we take more from Yagya. You know, my sense couldn't allow that to happen. And others instrument who told me to do this also then realized that she won't do it. A lot of people, when I go to Madhuban, they say, she's sister of Siddhant, in the sense of maintain principles, you know. It's not because you are given temptation. What are these things, you know? Like even in Lokik family, I never took a lot of toli because they don't take. They say it's from people contribute for seva, not for us to eat from that. You know, in our family, they are so particular about accepting anything from yagya because they say it came from donation of people, why we are going to use it. So those who are, again, you know, instrument can tell, but then we have also certain principles. And I always keep abide by those instruments. So many people tell me, you can get this, you can get, but why I have to get it? I mean, I can manage, this is very good, and I'm very happy with that. So again, it depends, you know.
Mm.
But respect. I
Right.
don't, yeah, respect them. What they're saying also could be right, but I'm very attentive by what karmic accounts I create.
Right. Didi, I want to clarify something in the story of Mama. I remember you sharing this story before that Mama said that because you made the toli, then it's your karma. Did she say something
Not
like
not made, but decided to do it. No, it's
that?
not.
Right.
I didn't know to make
Yes,
her
yes.
do
Well,
it.
because you decided that
Yeah.
it is your karma now that is
No,
that what
that
she said or
what
something to that effect?
Mama said that it's your action means you have to be responsible for that action. And
Mm.
that has stayed with me. But I always respected, you know, whether it's Dadi say something or, but then, you know, but Dadis also start understanding. Many times Dadi Janki used to say, I know you won't do it. I know you're not going to do it. So there are a lot of things which I keep principles and I say, no, this is how I'm going to live. And then why should I take, you know? Our duty is to help Yagya, not keep taking. Some are very much into Yagya should do this for me, Yagya. I said, well, it shouldn't be lot of expectations, but I feel that we have to see what we giving, what we taking, the balance of everything. Do we want to sit whole night today or
No,
what?
no, no. Sorry. This is a very deep topic, Didi. Many things you said, but I will ask you those questions on Tuesday. Om Shanti. Thank you very much for your
Anyway,
time.
anyway, thank you. At least churning began.
Wonderful chit-chat. Thank you so much, Didi and Shirin Ben. So
Everyone is
tomorrow
happy.
is Saturday, and our program Amrit Vela 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. Meditation will start at 6 a.m. followed by Hindi Avik Murli live by Mohini Didi. Translation will be available English, Nepali, Tamil, Telugu, Spanish. Then we have Awake the Children class from 1:30 to 3 p.m. followed by Awake the Youth class from 3 to 4 p.m. Evening meditation will start at 6 p.m. followed by Hindi series, followed by meditation commentary by Didi live, English series, Awake the Journey, and of course chit chat with Didi and Brother Eric. So now let's do Awake Murli. Welcome to Awake the Journey. Awake Murli is from 1969, speaking to the heart of an angel.
Avyakt Murli, 1st of February 1971. The method to receive the crown and tilak and to be seated on the heart throne. The more experienced and practiced you become in wearing the crown and being seated on the throne here, the longer you will be able to wear a crown and be seated on a throne there. If you wear the crown or sit on the throne for a temporary period, the crown and throne you receive there will be for a very short time. The practice of the present time is giving each of you a vision of your future. If even now you simply become happy on seeing others wearing the crown and being seated on the throne, you will simply have to observe it there too. Therefore, wear the crown and sit on the throne all the time. Will you receive such a crown or throne again? You can only receive it now. Even after a cycle, you will only receive it at this time. If not now, then never. What would you do if, while you're sitting at home, someone comes to give you a crown or a throne? Baba has come as the guest to the home of souls. He has come to give you the gifts of a crown and a throne while you're sitting at home. Where do you go when you leave aside the crown and the throne? Do you know? Does Maya have any place of residence? Do all of you also say that she is omnipresent? Or is it that she exists everywhere other than where you are? How many times in 63 births would you have given a place to Maya? You have probably seen the result of that many times too. What would you say if someone repeats doing the same thing even after having had the experience of it many times? It is shown that some put aside their crown and their throne and go away into a jungle. So here too, you go into the jungle of thorns. There is so much difference between a throne and a jungle of thorns. Which do you prefer? According to their discipline, devotees or those who decorate the idols apply a tilak on their forehead after first bathing or washing. A tilak is applied as a decoration or as part of worship or as a sign of being married. So in the same way, at Amrit Vela, you bathe yourself in knowledge and decorate yourself with knowledge. And so you should also give yourself the tilak of this consciousness. However, at Amrit Vela, you forget to give yourself this tilak of consciousness. If someone puts a tilak on you, you wipe it off. Many have the habit of rubbing their forehead and wiping off the tilak. One moment a tilak would be applied and the next moment they would rub it off. It is the same here. Some forget to put on a tilak and others put it on and then rub it off. They do both the tasks of applying it and then rubbing it off. So constantly keep with you at all times the tilak of the consciousness given at Amrit Vela, and then the sign of being married, the decoration and of being a yogi will constantly be visible on your forehead. When people see a tilak on the forehead of devotees, they can tell that they are devotees. In the same way, the tilak of your consciousness will be so clearly visible to everyone that they will instantly realize that you are yogi souls. So always keep the tilak, the crown, and the throne with you. To be continued. Om Shanti.
So we'll see tomorrow's posture for Hatha Yoga, and then we'll do meditation.
Posture number 17, Paschimottanasana, seated forward bend. As with any resource or tool I receive in life, there's a vast difference between having it and using it. I, the soul, I receive spiritual wisdom from the Supreme Soul, and I recognize it is truth. But the next step is to absorb that wisdom within the self and apply it in my day-to-day life, use it. This is a true yogi, not just one who speaks or talks, but one who walks spiritual wisdom.
तुम्हारे प्यार से बाबा। तुम्हारे प्यार से बाबा हुई राहें मेरी उजली। तुम्हारे प्यार से बाबा हुई राहें मेरी उजली। रूहानी नजरों ने तेरी अनेकों जिंदगी बदली। रूहानी नजरों ने तेरी अनेकों जिंदगी बदली। तुम्हारे प्यार से बाबा। मेरे मन की धरा पर तुम गगन बन कर के छाए हो। उठी नजरें जिधर भी बस नजर तुम ही तो आए हो। नजर तुम ही तो आए हो। यही तो मन की चाहत थी हमारे दिल की जो सुन ली। तुम्हारे प्यार से बाबा।
Om Shanti, everyone. Om Shanti.